So I asked her, excuse me, ma'am, I've been asking for a seatbelt extension, and she kind of rolled her eyes and stomped up to the front of the plane, and she got over the loudspeaker, because the reason she didn't give me one is I guess she had given the one away that was in the front of the plane. So she got on the loudspeaker and she said, excuse me, whatever needs a seatbelt extension. Really, bitch? Really? You announce it to the plane? So hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided I want to do a video about my weight loss journey. So growing up, I always had a weight problem, but as I said in my coming out video, I had been performing since I was 8 years old, so I would be singing and dancing and very active, and I was able to kind of maintain it a little bit. Of course, you know, I have my ups and my downs and my ups and my downs, but for the most part, it wasn't until after I graduated high school and finished school and was working, then I got a corporate job in IT, and then I started gaining weight. So I always had a weight problem, and I was pretty heavy. So I actually decided to pull out some of my larger pictures. I think I got my heaviest from about 24 to about 28. So for those 4 years I was, well, I don't remember ever being this big, but yeah, so I got some pictures out and I decided, I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off. So I decided to go over them, and yeah. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll probably put them either over here or somewhere. So we're gonna go through some pictures. Wow. Yeah, I was pretty big. Wow. So I think my heaviest that I ever got was, I'm embarrassed to say, but I was 356 pounds. And I cannot believe some of these pictures. So, yeah. So I was very large, as you can see. Wow. Yeah. I was very large. And I decided, at some point, enough is enough. Whew. Okay. So my weight loss journey started, the final time, because I will never be big again. I always would have kind of like a little mini breakdown and then decide, oh, this is it, I'm done being fat, I'm going to change, and I'll change for a little while, and I'll start to feel good about myself. Then as soon as I start feeling good about myself, I'll say, oh, well, I can cheat this time. Oh, I can cheat a little bit. Oh, I can cheat. And then guess what? There you go, bitch. You are back to being as big as the blimp. I mean, you see in some of the pictures I looked like the fucking Kool-Aid man. Okay. So I went on my very first vacation. I had never really been anywhere because, as I said, I grew up very poor. And I never thought I would see anything in my life. You know, my family had no ambition. They never really encouraged me to pursue my dreams or to go anywhere. So I had to find all of that on my own. Well, I decided that I was going to make a change. So flash forward a couple years. I was on a vacation in Hawaii with some very good friends. And on the way back, you know, she was really big. So she needed one of those, you know, one of those seatbelt extenders that, you know, because it just didn't fit. So I asked the flight attendant, and I was really strategic about it when I had to fly. So I would get on the plane, I'd say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" Talk to the flight attendant, and then I'd ask the flight attendant right there, you know, "Do you think you could give me a seatbelt extension?" And normally they would just, you know, hand it to me right there, and I'd go to my seat, and there would never be a seat. Okay, so leaving Kauai, I asked the flight attendant, "Oh, do you think I could have a seatbelt extension?" And she said, "Oh, sure. What seat are you in? Just go have a seat, and I'll bring it to you." Okay, well, she didn't. So she passed by again. I asked her, "Oh, excuse me, you know, the seatbelt extension." She said, yeah, I'm busy, 1 second. And she kept going back and forth, and then, you know, like, we were getting ready to take off. So I asked her again. Luckily, it was the same woman, or so I thought was luckily. So I asked her, "Excuse me, ma'am, I've been asking for a seatbelt extension." And she kind of rolled her eyes and stomped up to the front of the plane, and she got over the loudspeaker, because the reason she didn't give me one is I guess she had given the one away that was in the front of the plane. So she got on the loudspeaker and she said, "Excuse me, see, whatever needs a seatbelt extension." Really, bitch? Really? You announce it to the plane? So I was humiliated. Anyway, they brought me the seatbelt extension. We took off. Everything was fine. Or so I thought. Then this bitch in front of me decides she wants to put her seat down. Puts it down. I literally felt boxed in. I was like, you know, huge, pushed up against the window. Was feeling very claustrophobic. The seat came in front of me. I felt like I had this much room here. I was squeezed like this. I just had a nervous breakdown. At that moment, that was the exact moment, that was September 28th, 2011. Yeah. September 28th, 2011. I said, I don't know what the fuck's happened to me. I don't know how the hell I got this big. I am done being fat. My change is now, and I will never be fat again. Well, let me just break it to you like this. When you have a breakdown and you change your mind, that's all it takes. So I went home immediately, cut all carbs, cut all sugar, started walking, because, you know, I was a little chunky to run. Started walking every day. I changed every single thing about me. So I got on the scale and I was 356 pounds. That was the biggest I've ever been. I don't know what the hell happened. Started changing everything. Okay, so that was in September. So now, here comes December 18th. At this point, I lost 56 pounds. Because I was, well, actually, I guess I lost about 50 pounds because I had about 306 pounds. And that's a lot of weight in a very short amount of time. So at that point, I said, you know what, screw this. I am going to have the gastric sleeve surgery. So I had already been doing my research for years. I knew exactly where I wanted to go. Dr. Ariel Ortiz at the Obesity Control Center in Tijuana. And I called up. I said, I want to have the surgery. They said, okay. I scheduled it for January 28th, 2012. I was just under 300 pounds by the time it came time to go to the surgery. I paid out of pocket, cash, emptied my savings account, because, I mean, it took everything I had to save. I wasn't making that much money, so I completely emptied my savings account. Went and got a cashier's check, went down to Tijuana. My best friend took me. I have all of that documented. I'm not sure if I want to put that in this video or not. Yeah, had the surgery. Okay, so that was on January 28th, 2012. I stayed down in Tijuana for 7 days, went back and forth to the clinic every day, after the surgery. And by the time I left there, 7 days later, I lost a pound a day. I was well under 300. Well, I was right under 300 pounds now. I was like 289 or 288, something like that. And that's all it wrote. That's all it took. I lost every bit of weight. So then I decided, okay, well, now I've lost all this weight, and I have decided, and then I said, well, if I maintain this weight, you know, for a year, I was 176 pounds, which is that's what I currently weigh. I said, if I maintain this weight for 1 year, I will allow myself to get a tummy tuck. So I did, and in that year, I researched which cosmetic surgeons I wanted to go to. I met with some I met with one in La Jolla, California. I met with one in Tijuana, and ultimately I didn't like those two. So I had a referral to a surgeon down in Rosarito, and I decided to go meet with him. Wow. I'll put all of his contact information in the description box because he was spectacular. I went down and met with him, and as soon as I spoke with him, it was like this connection. He had gone through the gastric sleeve surgery himself, so he knew exactly what I was going through. But when I showed him the results of my gastric sleeve surgery, he was very impressed, and I was very lean. I didn't have hardly any body fat at all. And so he got really excited, and he said, you know, I can really give you an amazing result. And he told me exactly what to expect and exactly what he thought he could do with my body. And so I ultimately went with him. I had this surgery about a month later. That was in August of, I want to say 2015. Yeah, August of 2015, I had the surgery, the tummy tuck. I had a circular tummy tuck, so lower body lift. And he did an amazing, spectacular job. It was the best decision I ever made. Finally, I was able to, now don't get me wrong, I still have stretch marks and I have a scar around my waist, whatever, I call them my war wounds, but it doesn't matter because I won the war. And finally I felt like, okay, this is exactly what I want to look like, and I'm so happy with that. So yeah, he was the best surgeon and that I found for me. I know everyone out there, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments about going to Mexico for all of my surgeries, but I have to tell you that my opinion about going to another country for any type of surgery, whether it's cosmetic, preventative care, or treatment that you just simply can't afford without health insurance in California. Luckily, I did have health insurance in California, and I was able to call them and ask them if anything were to happen while I was in Mexico. Figured out exactly what I would have to do to get back to the United States so that I could get, emergency care. So that was not a problem. I was covered here. But my outlook on it is the Mexican people go to Mexico, and the Thai people go to Thailand, and the Brazilian people go to Brazil. Like, every country has good and bad. I mean, there are some chop shops here in the United States too, let me tell you. So I did my research on the surgeon. I did my research on the facility. It was beautiful. It was a private hospital. They do surgery every single day there. The surgeon has been doing cosmetic surgery since the mid-90s or early 90s is when he opened his own practice. But prior to that, he was also performing surgery as well. So he had more than enough experience. His specialty was post-weight loss body contouring, which is exactly what I needed. So yeah, I was very happy with my experience there. And weight loss has been absolutely the greatest thing I ever did for myself. I feel good about myself now. I feel confident, and I have my self-esteem back. It is absolutely the greatest thing. And I mean, you've seen my before and after pictures, so it is possible. And at first I wasn't sure I wanted to share my weight loss journey, because people don't believe that weight loss surgery is the answer. I don't think it's the answer either. I definitely believe that it was the tool for me and what I needed for my situation. But I absolutely don't think that a blanket statement about weight loss surgery being the shortcut. There was nothing easy about it. You have to make all of the changes and the preparations mentally before any type of surgery is going to be successful. And that's how I look at that. Now, as far as Mexico, it was absolutely the right decision for me. I would do it again. I've recommended people to both my bariatric surgeon as well as my cosmetic surgeon, and they've had exceptional experiences with them as well. So I definitely feel that no matter where you decide to go for your journey, you should absolutely do all of your research. Make sure that they are licensed surgeons and board certified in whatever country they have. Make sure that they don't have any issues with the facilities or anything. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. I'm happy to do follow-up videos or, talk to you about any questions you have. So leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I have so many videos planned. My life has just been a roller coaster journey, and I'm so grateful to be where I am today. And thank you so much for following me, and I look forward to talking to you in the future. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching Michael's Reality. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on all social media, and as always, have an awesome day.